Imagine standing on the African savanna 200,000 years ago. The sun is a brutal eye in a sky bleached white. You are hungry. Across the dry riverbed, you see a stranger. He has something you need, a sharpened flint, a piece of meat. You have something he needs, a handful of ripe berries, a warm hide. But how do you connect? How do you bridge the gap of silence and suspicion? In that moment, history began. Not with a bang, but with a transaction. This is the story of that exchange. It is the story of the ledger, the coin, the contract, and the click. It is the story of how we learned to trade, and in trading, how we built the world. This is the story of money. Chapter 1. Before Money. Circa 200,000 BC to 10,000 BC. Our story begins not with kings or temples, but with survival. For the first 190,000 years of our existence,
eat while it is warm. The night is long.
We were nomads. We lived in small, intimate bands. The economy was simple. We shared food, shelter, protection. It was a gift economy, built on trust and mutual dependence. Sharing was the first social contract. It was the glue that held our fragile species together. But as our brains grew larger, so did our ambitions. We began to specialize. One man was a master flint knapper, another a hunter of unparalleled skill. This led to the dawn of a new language, not of words, but of value, the silent network of barter. Barter is the first system of exchange, but it is deeply flawed. The anthropologist David Graeber called it a system of mutual coincidence. You had to find someone who needed what you had and who had what you needed. It was inefficient, and often it was frustrating. What if your prized goats weren't worth a pile of salt today, but they were worth it tomorrow? It was a negotiation, every single time. For millennia, we were trapped. Our economies were small. Our trust was limited to our tribe. The world remained a series of isolated islands, each unaware of the riches beyond their horizon. The first revolution in human society wasn't political, it was conceptual. We needed a shared language of value. We needed something that could travel farther than a traveler and last longer than a lifetime. We needed money. Chapter 2. The Birth of Trade. Circa 10,000 BC to 3,500 BC. The Neolithic Revolution changed everything. Farming created surplus, surplus created specialization, and specialization created the need for exchange. For the first time, people could live in cities, and cities, by their nature, are engines of trade. Here, in the mud-brick cities of Mesopotamia, the bureaucracy of commerce was born. We invented the receipt and the contract. In the temple of the god Inanna, the priests began keeping a meticulous record of the city's wealth. They used the world's first writing system to do it. It began as a way to count grain and livestock, but it quickly became a way to record promises. Inscription: Enlil owes 50 measures of barley. This is the first IOU. This is the earliest accounting. It is the written memory of commerce, a contract, the beginning of trust codified in clay. In Mesopotamia, they settled on a unit of account, the shekel. It was a weight of barley. But barley spoils, so they looked for a more durable store of value. Silver became the first universal money. It was scarce, shiny, and didn't rot. It was the first commodity money. But it wasn't a coin yet. It was still just a weight. To trade, you had to weigh it every single time. It was a system that worked, but it was waiting for a technological leap. That leap was coming, and it would change the course of civilization forever.